Alright, so I found this Poweredge. It's a Dell Poweredge T310. Let's see, does it say? It says on the front cover. Poweredge T310. It's a Dell product. And it's a tower server. And the case and everything seems like it's in good condition, but it seems like the power supply is dead. The reason why I think that is, when I turn it on, and I've tried all kinds of configurations. And right now the CPU cooler's off, and if I move this cover, so it's plugged in, and when I turn on the power, you can hear the fan, but it's probably better if I just showed this. I don't know how visible that is, but it's like pulsing. So it's like higher voltage and then lower, higher, lower, higher, lower. So I think the power supply is just dead. It doesn't stay on. If I show it here, when I push this button, the light comes on, and then the second I let go, it turns off. So it seems like any hard drives, like there's a disk drive, an optical drive up here, and then I plugged in some hard drives, just put them up here, plugged them in. It seems like the hard drives are running, so whatever issue there is, it might be with the other 12 volt rail, because it looks like all the drives and this thing up here is using a different rail, and then the actual motherboard is getting 12 volts from some other source, and it's something's wrong. Something is definitely not working. Yeah, I thought it was the RAM. I have another stick of RAM right here. So I have, it's two of these. Both sticks are identical. The camera's not focusing right now. Come on. Maybe. Oh, there we go. It's a 4G, whatever that is, 4 GB per stick, and there's 2 sticks. But I have 6 slots, so I can always upgrade or do stuff later down the line. Whatever, 8 gigs, not the end of the world, but it's definitely not the RAM. And so based on what I've seen online, this server reached end of life in like 2012. And it seems like every power supply that I can find, which is the exact same model, because I took the power supply out. I tried running it with just the power supply, just outside of this case, nothing attached, and it still would not stay on on its own. And I thought maybe it's because there's it's not reaching its minimum power draw, but I don't think that's what the issue is. Because I added hard drives and other things, it still couldn't, stay on. So yeah, I think the power supply is dead, and they don't make these power supplies anymore, which is, it sucks. So my only other option at this point is keep the harness, right? Most of I should probably unplug it actually before I start poking around. And that's fine. And you can see it's sliding because I, took it out earlier. Gonna make sure it's dead. Okay. So I'm going to keep the harness. So all these plugs and stuff, right? And this is just SATA. So these voltages, this is not difficult to figure out. The thing that would be difficult to figure out is what this plug does. I'm not too experienced with, PCs, let alone server hardware. So I would need to figure out what voltages are on these plugs. And I'm sure there's something online. I saw a YouTube video on something relating to this. And yeah, so what I'll do is get a normal power supply, because this the one that's in here, like from the factory, it's only like 360 or like 375 watts. There's like some conflicting things written on it, but somewhere around there, around 400, which is not like, it's not too much. So I don't think it should be too difficult to make one. And then, worst comes to worst, I can, power the drives separately, which isn't ideal, but I mean, whatever, right? It's just 12 volts and then 5. I think, right? It's just 12, a ground obviously, but 12 volts and then 5 volts. And I think that's all I need to run hard drives. So it's really just how do I get the actual thing to start? Because everything else seems fine. I don't know if I mentioned it already. They don't make these power supplies anymore. And so, you have like eBay resellers who sell like used ones for like 30, 40 bucks. But if I want like a brand new one, I think the lowest price I've seen is probably like 150, 160, that range. And I've seen as high as like 500 for brand new ones, which is definitely not worth it, because the T310 was like discontinued, like I said, like 12 years ago or 13 years ago now. It's 2025. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll leave a link in the description to the video I'm talking about. Some other person, they had I'm not sure if they had a similar issue, but what that guy did was he took I think it was like a EVGA, whatever the company is, just a normal power supply, and then like used the harness and like rewired stuff. And yeah, I think that's the way to go. I'm not paying like $200 for a power supply. So yeah, just 400 watts. That's all I need. So I'm not, I'm not gonna spend that much money. But yeah, I got this thing for like 25 bucks. The RAM, CPU, and the faulty power supply, I guess. But I'm assuming the previous owner got rid of it for that reason, just because it doesn't work anymore and it's not worth fixing. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Everything else is spotless. There was a CMOS battery. I took it out because I was troubleshooting, but it might be fine. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, this thing's should be pretty cool. I don't know what kind of Xeon that is. It's a Xeon. I need to like clean off this ancient thermal paste. I have thermal paste, so I can. Oh, it's on my finger now. But yeah, I have thermal paste, so I will replace that, and should be cool. Like solid paste. Yeah, the cooler's pretty cool. Cooler's pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah, this thing also has I think when they were making and selling these, there was the option to have dual redundant power supplies, which is why the power supply kind of like, there's like all this like extra space here, because the redundant ones were hot swappable. So I think there would be some other logic or circuitry here, and then they'd be like half the size, and you can like slide them in and stuff. But all this space is not being occupied. So that video where the guy, he like retrofitted a normal ATX power supply for this thing, he stuffed his wiring in this gap, any extra stuff, and he like electrical taped things he just kind of put in here, and he put in like a pipe or something. So I'll leave a link in the description to that video, and then I'm probably just gonna do whatever he did in that video. And here's my thermal paste, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's the kind of stuff you find at thrift stores, I guess. Just random stuff. So yeah, there was other things too. like a there's a 24 port gigabit switch with like I think it's called like SFP, like the fiber stuff, like support for that. I did not get that, but it's probably still gonna be there. So yeah, overall pretty excited. I think I know what the issue is, so this is what it is. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated. And yeah, it has the thing I'm happy about is it has like a ton of, obviously it has a ton of like hard drive, ports and stuff. Like there's a ton of SATA ports, which is really nice. So I can finally use like pretty much as many drives as I want. I could completely get rid of this optical drive because like who's gonna need that, right? And I could just run one off of USB if I really had to, because I mean we don't I don't need like a full SATA thing for an optical drive, right? And there's 6 SATA ports, one which has no cable, but that's I have other cables, so that's not really a problem. So there's 6 SATA ports, and then there is a SATA power connector here. So if I just run another cable, then golden, right? And then yeah, so it's like 6 hard drives, and then oh, I forgot to mention, I bought these also. I have 4 of these total, 2 which are in this condition. So wait, I should explain what these are. These are Dell. What does that say? Okay, I'm gonna set it down right here. They are Dell Constellation 2. This is 1 terabyte, and so they're like, I think this is like enterprise hardware based on the way this looks, right? I don't know why it says SSD. I don't know if that stands for something else. This is definitely not an SSD, unless maybe there's some kind of SSD inside of it. I'm really not sure. But yeah, I have. I bought 2 of these like maybe a month or 2 ago, in the same, like they looked like just like the one I'm holding, but I guess hindsight is 2020. But I removed this outer casing because like, I don't know, at the time I was like, oh, what, like, why do I need that, right? So I have 2 of them that are like just the drive without this like outside case, which sucks. I threw it out, like the extra stuff, but I still have the drives. And then I bought 2 more at the same time I bought this thing. So I have 2 that looks like this, but I realized later that it doesn't matter because these drive bays are for 3.5-inch drives. So it doesn't even matter. This thing is too small. It doesn't even fit. Doesn't matter. So I don't know what I'll do about that. Ooh, actually, let me see. I have this half a terabyte. This is just here, I have this sitting around 500 GB. Let me see. I just see the tabs. So I'm thinking, does this just slot in? Let's see. That doesn't feel right. Not quite. Yeah, it's having trouble. I think I have to. Yeah, I have to take it out, unscrew it, and then. Yeah, that's a good fit. That fits in. That fits well. And just put it in, and then yeah, we're golden. I don't have any other full-size ones though, but yeah, okay, I'm gonna put this back. All right. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty excited. What else was I gonna do with this? Or yeah. So I don't know. I'll see what kind of processor it has, and then even still, it is a Xeon. It's gonna be a lot better than like my setup that I have now, and I can run more advanced things. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna get like a graphics card or something. I don't know. There isn't like an X16 PCIe slot. There's only like 8 X8, which is like the biggest one. So I don't know if I was doing like AI like training AIs or something. I really don't know if I need the full 16 lanes. So yeah, I don't know, but there is some expansion. So, some expansion slots. But yeah, I'm a little tired. It's like almost midnight, but that's pretty much what I'm gonna do with this thing. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna put this all back together, close enough to the way it was when I first got it, and then go to sleep, and then see if I can find a power supply, and should be pretty cool. Should be pretty cool. And I will make another video when I have successfully got it up and running. I'm gonna put the fan back in and then turn it on just so you guys can hear how loud it is. It's really loud. Also, I forgot to mention, it does not post. I have like a monitor here, but it just nothing happens, so there's no point, right? It does not post, so that's the dead giveaway that something's not right. But yeah, okay, so the fan's plugged back in. And, I mean, cover up or down, doesn't matter. Listen to how loud it is. Yeah, so pretty loud. But I don't know, it's fine. There's only one fan in here. There's one inside the power supply, which is like really small. And there's this massive one right here. So it's cool. But yeah, okay. So little duct, and then yeah. That's about it. That's the video. And then I will find the parts I need as quickly as possible and make an update. So wish me luck, I guess. All right, bye-bye.